continue with the exercise 6.6 of the triangle. A few problems are left, so I have taken question number 7 up to 6th I have already done. So in this question it is given in figure two chords AB and CD intersect each other at the point P. Prove that these two. So what is given? AB and CD. These are two chords of the circle. So in this case we will use one property of the circle and chord. So you must have studied in case of circle. If not, then I will explain this. This is a chord and this is also a chord. Now I will join this because it has to be APC. Two triangles are there. So I will join this as well as this. Here suppose this arc, because this is the chord and this arc is made by this chord, this small arc, and this is the big arc. So suppose S and T to denote that ASD, it is one arc, and ATD, this is another arc, and these two arcs are made by this chord AD. So one property is there in circle, whether you do or not I don't know, but this is the theorem also. This is theorem of circle chapter, that angles subtended by the chord in one arc are equal, right? Means this is the chord and this is the arc. So all the angles subtended means this angle and this angle, both the angles are subtended by this chord. So both the angles will be equal. So solution. Given AB and CD are two chords and point of intersection is P. Join AD and CB. AD is also a chord. Here AD is a chord and CB is also a chord. Now this chord subtends two angles, ACD and ABD, on the arc ATD. The angles subtended by the chord AD in the arc ATD are angle ACD and angle ABD. So these two angles are subtended by this chord and they are ATD. Therefore, angle ACD is equal to angle ABD. ACD is equal to ABD, right? So under these two angles will be equal because since the angle subtended by the chord with the arc on the same side of the chord. That is this ATD arc. That is ATD arc. This is the theorem as a matter of fact. If this is the bigger arc, this is the smaller arc, this bigger arc is called ATS is called major arc. Major arc, where ASD is called minor arc. For what? For AD chord, because this is the chord we are talking about. For chord AD. This is also important. This arc is the minor arc because it is small, because this chord is dividing this circle in two parts, ASD and ATD. So ATD is bigger, that is why it is called major arc, and ASD is small, that is why it is minor arc. Here in the same arc, means in the major arc, this chord is subtending these two angles, ACD and ABD. So that is why these angles will be equal. Similarly, CB is the chord. This CB is the chord, and this chord is making these angles CAB and CDB on the same arc, right? Similarly, angle CAB is equal to angle CDB. Angle CDB. So here the angle subtended by the chord, which chord? CB on the arc CSB, on the same arc CSB arc. These are the two angles subtended by this chord, so these angles will be equal. So ACD, that is this angle, is equal to this angle, and this angle is equal to this. Now in these two triangles, if you look at APC and DPB, right? APC and DPB, two corresponding angles are equal, right? Then these two triangles will be similar. Therefore, triangle APC is similar to triangle DPB. By a criterion of similarity. It is very important. Naming also. Naming of the triangle will be done the vertices as per the corresponding angle. You see, A corresponds to D, right? These two are equal. Here C corresponds to B, and B is common vertex of both the triangle. So if we are naming APC, so A corresponds to D, so D we will write first, and DPB will the another naming of the triangles. So that is why APC is similar to angle DPC. Why do we write this way? Because finding the ratio of the sides becomes easier. I have already told about this. If you see the previous videos of mine related to triangle, then you will find that this way of writing with the corresponding vertices, it makes things easier as far as writing of ratio of corresponding sides is there. So these two triangles are similar. The first part is over. For the second part, I will proceed further. Now I will go for the second part of this question. And in the first part, we have proved the similarity of these two triangles. APC is similar to triangle DPB. With the similarity of these two triangles, we will prove the second relation. Now, AP, you see, AP corresponds to DP over here. First and second vertex, here first and second vertex. Therefore, AP upon DP is equal to, for PC, PC corresponds to PB, isn't it? Is equal to PC upon PB, right? Ratio of corresponding sides of similar triangles. So ratio of corresponding sides of similar triangles will be equal. So this relation we got. Therefore, by cross multiplication we will go. So AP into PB, that is equal to PC into DP, right? Or PC, we can write CP. So AP into PB is equal to CP into DP. This was required to be proved. This is also a very good problem. Question number 8. I am going to solve this question. Before this, I will tell you the solution of the questions are available in the playlist of the channel. So how will you go to the playlist? You will have to hit the channel icon, then you will see at the top home is there, video is there, then playlist is written. So if you click at the playlist, then you will get all the playlist, so you will be having access to all the chapters and all the videos, right? So I'll proceed with the this problem. So for the solution, one property is used over here. In a cyclic quadrilateral, what is cyclic quadrilateral? If on the circumference of a circle 4 points are taken and a quadrilateral is made, then sum of the opposite angles will be 180 degree. In this case, you see, this is the circle, and inside this, that is ACDB, it is a quadrilateral, right? So it is a cyclic quadrilateral. ACDB is a cyclic quadrilateral because these vertices A, C, D and B are lying on the circumference of the circle. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral, and the property of the cyclic quadrilateral is that sum of the opposite angles, this plus this is 180 degree, this angle plus this angle is 180 degree. So this property will be used. Solution. As quadrilateral ACDB is a cyclic quadrilateral, therefore angle BAC plus angle BDC is equal to 180 degree. It is very important. This angle plus this angle is equal to 180 degree, and ACD, angle ACD plus angle ABD, angle ABD BD is equal to 180 degree. It is a property of a cyclic quadrilateral. So this is known. Now, it is a straight line, and this point, this AC is dividing the whole angle in two parts, right? That is called the linear pair. Means this line AC is making on this line a linear pair. Two angles are there, this and this, and sum of these angles is 180 degree, that you know, right? And now angle PAC plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degree. PAC and BAC means this angle plus this angle. It is a linear pair. That is why sum of these two will be 180 degree. Angles are in linear pair. Linear pair means it is a line and this angle making two angles over here. That is why it is called a linear pair. So this sum of these two is 180 degree, right? Here BAC plus BDC is 180 degree from this. This is equation number 1, this is 2, and this is, suppose we assume as 3. So here BAC plus BDC is equal to 180, PAC plus BAC is 180. The right hand side of 1 and 3 are equal, therefore left hand side will also be equal. From 1 and 3. Left hand side is angle BAC plus angle BDC is equal to angle PAC plus angle BAC. Because right hand side is 180 degree, so left hand side will also be equal. Now, see, BAC is here, BAC is here, so this angle will go. Therefore, angle BDC is equal to angle PAC. This relation we got. Means angle BDC is this angle and PAC is this angle. So these two angles are equal. Similarly, angle PCA plus PCA plus DCA or ACD plus ACD. PAC plus ACD, that is equal to 180 degree. Again, linear pair. Because these two are the linear pair, that is why sum will be 180 degree. Let this relation be 4. We will proceed further. Now, from 2 and 4. From 2 and 4. Or we write angle ACD plus angle ABD is equal to angle PCA plus angle ACD. This relation we got. So ACD and ACD will go. Therefore, angle ABD is equal to angle PCA. So ABD, angle ABD, this angle is equal to PCA, PCA is this angle. This much relation we got, and we will proceed further. So we have got this relation, angles of these two triangles. So now we will consider two triangles. in triangle PAC, angle PAC and triangle PDB. In these two triangles, if you see, then angle PAC is equal to angle PDB. And angle PCA is equal to angle PBD. This relation we have already proved, right? So since in these two triangles, two angles are equal, the corresponding angles are equal, therefore these two triangles will be similar. Therefore triangle PAC is similar to triangle PDB. So first part is proved. First part is over. We will go for the second part now. So relations, how did we get? First, somewhere other, taking all the conditions, we found that two angles of the small triangle and the big triangle are equal correspondingly, using certain properties of quadrilateral, circle and all. So this relation is proved. Now we have to take up the second relation, that is PA, PB, PC and PD. Four sides are involved. Yeah, because in terms of corresponding vertices, I had named the triangles. You see P is common in both the triangles, so P will be the first letter in both the cases. A, this angle corresponds to this angle of the bigger triangle. So A and D. So here I have written A and second letter is, second vertex in this bigger triangle is D. And then third is left one, that is C, corresponds to B, C and B. So corresponding vertices I have taken. So finding the ratio of the sides is very easy now. So PA corresponds to PD. So PA corresponds to PD is equal to, so here PC corresponds to PB. PC corresponds to PB. Ratio of corresponding sides of similar triangles, right? So therefore PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. That is required to be proved. So we have proved the second part also. This way we have solved question number 8.